We're a great country. Great countries understand the importance of the arts. They understand that it's important not only to communicate with one another, but to leave a lasting legacy for future generations. The arts have the ability to communicate the most fundamental aspirations of mankind. They have the ability to evoke compassion. They have the ability to invoke the kind of spiritedness that causes countries to show undaunted courage, to rise above the problems of the day in pursuit of far more noble national objectives. The value of the arts transcends anything that we can quantify in terms of dollars and cents. We should be extraordinarily proud of our National Endowment for the Arts. Denise Graves, who is one of the finest opera singers in the world, who can stir the emotions just by hearing her beautiful, extraordinary voice. She said that she grew up in Washington, where the Kennedy Center is, but it could have been the other end of the world if she had not been able to get into a program funded by the National Endowment for the Arts. There are any number of men and women, young, middle-aged, old, who have come into contact because of the outreach that the National Endowment for the Arts has provided. And there are any number of communities across the country who, by use of the arts, by setting up a theater, by pulling people together, by getting a small amount of money from the NEA, which is far more an endorsement than it is financial support, have been able to develop local economies. We've heard from a number of big-name performers now who said they got their entry, the development of their career through the NEA. Some gave back by developing a theater in communities that they thought had seen their best days behind them. And yet, by uniting the community, it's clear now their best days are ahead of them, because young people want to stay in that community. They're excited about the arts that are provided. This program does so much with so little, and yet the gentleman wants to cut $10.6 million. That's 0.03% of non-defense domestic discretionary funding. We had $174 million in the fiscal year 2011 bill. It was cut down to $155 million ultimately for FY11. And now it's been cut another $20 million, down to $135 million. I know my good friend from Idaho, the chair of the committee, wishes and knows it should be more. But I think most of us, when we reflect, understand that if we continue to take money from programs that provide so much to really the heart and the soul of this nation, we will lose those ability, those to reduce the harshness and the rancor that divides us. It's the powerful media of the arts that enable us to transcend our differences, to appreciate real beauty and the truth that comes through the fine arts and the grace that ennobles the human spirit. And EA is a catalyst. It helps us create and sustain arts. It doesn't really fund much. What it does is to spawn the arts. It generates investment in the arts. In fact, the gentleman mentioned philanthropy. There's a great deal of money out in this country. We're still the wealthiest country in the world, no matter how much people would like us to think that we're poverty-stricken, that we're seeing some of our worst days. We're a great and powerful and wealthy nation. Philanthropy is the principal source of funding of the arts, but NEA shapes much of that funding. It's a magnet for businesses. There are almost 700,000 businesses that are involved in the creation and distribution of the arts.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
I ask unanimous consent for an additional minute.
Is there objection?
The importance of this issue.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
I thank the gentleman. I thank my colleagues. And I do think that it's important that we make this nominal investment in the cultural lives of our citizens and in our children's futures. I can't imagine how a nation as rich and prosperous as ours would not consider it a priority to provide funding for the National Endowment for the Arts. There's too much that divides us as a nation. This is something that should be uniting us. Democrat and Republican, liberal and conservative, everyone can appreciate the arts because it inspires us all, because it inspires us to look past the parochial, the small-mindedness, to see the big picture, to appreciate greatness. This amendment should be defeated, and in it we should send a message that we understand what's important to the lifeblood of our national community.